What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and the most toxic black man on the internet, and I am black up in your face again with some more pro-black commentary. I've been seeing a very interesting grouping of images here, and it is some family pictures of one of these weird. I don't know what the term is. You guys will have to let me know in the comments section. But it's not polygamous. It's called something else when it's one female and two males. Okay, and I've been seeing this. I know they have like a show about it, or they've done like series on it on like TLC and whatnot. But they got, it's like the quote unquote new thing of having one wife, and the wife has two husbands or more. This has been going on for maybe the last, or it's being publicized anyway for the last maybe what, like 2 or 3 years. Like there was that incident that I reported on where this was reported on my old channel, where it was these four white males with this one big and burly white female, and they had a child together, and one of the males wound up beating the child almost to death and putting the child in the hospital, and he got arrested and just basically messed up that whole situation they had going on there with the four simps and the big girl. But I've been seeing it more publicized now within the black community. And as always, you always know that if there's any type of dysfunctional black relationship, the media is going to put a spotlight on it. And I saw these pictures this morning where it's one female. She's also kind of big, just being honest about it. Not saying she's ugly, just saying she's big. But this bigger, light-skinned black female and these two black males. And I'm just going to be honest with you folks. The two black males look like, they don't look like straight men. And that's just my opinion, and I've seen, it seems like every time I see these types of relationships where it's one black female and two black males, the two black males they look like they're more in love with each other than they are in love with the female. In other words, they're probably sword fighting and pillow biting behind closed doors. I'm sure she's probably the last concern of theirs when they're having their little intimate time. And this couple in particular showcases their intimate time because she took a picture of them laying in the bed, and all their feet kind of cuddling up together and whatnot, rubbing their feet together, and just seems very weird to me and very strange. And I wanted to say that when it comes to relationships, having just a single relationship between a man and a woman is complicated enough, and I don't believe relationships like this can work in the long run. Just my humble opinion. Now, let me say this, because I know some people are going to ask, like, what do you think about polygamous relationships between like one man and several women, or more than one woman? I don't really agree with that either, especially not in black people's condition. I know a lot of people in the RBG community, or the Hotep community, or black conscious community, they like to promote polygamy. This is something I've always disagreed with them about. Okay, and that's because I don't believe black people in this stage of their mind, and with a lot of the chaos that goes on in the black community, that we don't have the capacity to entertain a polygamous relationship. Okay, for one thing, polygamy is not for everybody. Okay, anyway, just on a basic note, but also black people don't really have the financial wherewithal, nor, like I said, the emotional maturity to deal with any type of relationship like that. And I don't think a lot of people that advocate for it, I've seen how they carry themselves. A lot of these guys that advocate for polygamous relationships just want to have a harem to themselves. They just want to have multiple women on deck. It's almost like a pimp mentality more than polygamy, and true polygamy, that's not what it's about. It's not about you having access to several different women at one time. That's not what it's supposed to be about. Okay, actually, in some polygamous relationships, the man only has sexual relationships with one woman. It's not with all of them. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So as far as, studying polygamous relationships throughout time, it wasn't always about sex. Sometimes it was just about taking care or taking another woman under your roof, especially when it comes to the African traditions of polygamy. Like I said, I've studied this. It was sometimes it was just the man was taking care of his brother's wife after his brother died. He wasn't having sex with her. He was just taking another woman under his protection and helping taking care of his like nieces and nephews. That's all it was. Okay? That's why I'm saying that a lot of black people don't have that type of maturity when it comes to dealing with each other. Like our relationships have been so broken and so many people have been intrusive and like so many different weird ideas have been thrown at us. We don't truly understand. We're still struggling with the basic standard of just one man, one woman. So why should we start introducing other people into these fractured relationships that are existing already? You see what I'm saying? Like there's a lot going on just with a one man, one woman. Don't We don't need anything else complicating it at this point. Okay, try to think about keep things simple. Okay, because all you're going to do is cause more chaos trying to pretend like you're the big alpha male with a whole bunch of women underneath you, and that's just not going to work. Okay, so that's my thoughts on polygamy. As far as these types of relationships where you got one woman and several men, that's just completely out of whack, and that's just not natural. Okay, that's just, like I said, it's weird. And once again, every time I see these types of relationships with black people, the two men look like they're a bunch of they're playing, tic tac taint and hide the kielbasa. That's what it looks like these guys do. It doesn't look like they're even interested in the woman, but she's always sitting in the middle, smiling and act like she's like the Lord and Master. And I think these types of relationships for the women anyway, it's a big ego booster. Like, look how I got these two men just fawning over me and adoring me and loving me. And this one in particular, they have children. And it's just like, that's what it seems to be for the women. So even in that regard, this is not the type of, she does not have the intellectual or spiritual or emotional maturity to be even in this type of relationship. The fact that they always act as if they are the queen or the empress, and they just got these cuckold male servants doing whatever they want. That's not a relationship. Okay, that's some weirdo nonsense. That's some nonsense or some fantasy crap that these people have made up in their head, and that's not a relationship. So when I see these types of pictures floating around, I just want to, give my opinion and say that I am not for this. This is not a solution to any type of relationship problems that are existing out there. The guys, I don't think they are fully heterosexual men, in my opinion. I mean, to me that's weird anyway. Whether you're married to them or not, if you're two men in the bed with one woman, that's weird to me. Okay, I do all my loving solo. I'm not. I don't want some other man there, because if he touches me, it's going to be a fight. Okay, so I mean, you guys let me know how you feel about it in the comments section, and let me know what you think about these types of weird relationships. If you agree with them or if you don't. I'm not for it. Not for the males or for the females. We need to work on the one male, one female relationship first before we start expanding out into these other polyamorous type relationships anyway. There's too much of that nonsense going on as is, and that's one of the reasons we have a lot of the chaos that we do. Anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back on my foot on the devil's back.